Hi. We are back. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Who would like to...
Hello, vast audience.
Yes, of basically just me, and I think maybe Matt.
I watch it once in a while when I get time.
Fair enough. Who
I
wants...
just did product placement, just so you know.
That's fine.
Right. Who would like to summarize what happened last week?
We hunted.
You
We
did.
fought
Cliff Racers.
You fought...
cliff racers, and also a
Morrowind.
great beast, and
Yes.
we killed it. And we took its head,
Yep.
and
We're letting House Vixus take.
Lord Vixus was impressed. We got an invite to the high table, I think.
Yep.
And I think at this point we're working on ingratiating ourselves with Vixus and implying that
Did they kill the beast?
we might be down for
Skullduggery.
skullduggery and badness, so that he will reveal his filthy heresies and burn him alive.
Yes.
However it goes.
All right.
We
Oh.
gently pat him on the back.
And I should mention, after you got back, Gar would have been taken to an infirmary and treated by like the best doctors House Vixus can afford.
Yeah, I definitely got chewed on.
Yeah, you got chewed on a little bit by the Cliff Racer's trademark, I imagine. So you're back to full.
Bastard.
With a mohawk. I'm not getting sued.
So, while you are discussing this, so it's been several hours since this hunt has gone down, at which point an attendant comes in and says to you, Gar, referring to your cover, is like, Lord Herman of House Adela, I have a message from you. From your aunt.
Give it here.
He hands over a data slate, and you hit the audio play, and you hear the familiar voice of Selena Escher.
Uh-oh.
My dear boy Herman, this is your beloved auntie. I have heard you have been wounded while on a hunt, and I know you've been such a frail and sickly boy, so I have sent another guard to assist you to ensure that you are not wounded again. Please visit your dear aunt and uncle when you get a chance, and do make sure to clean off any jam that you may spill upon the front of your robe. We don't want an incident like last time. Your
Thank you,
beloved,
Selena.
your beloved aunt. Kisses and hugs.
Lovely.
Yes, my condolences.
Which point another attendant escorts in a person you've never seen before. And Jocelyn, why don't you describe what your character looks like?
Oh, geez. Okay, I'm on the spot now. So my character is Eve Ward. Let me open my character sheet. So I have just describe what she looks like.
Yeah, just give a quick description.
All right. So she has yellow eyes, red hair. She's from the feral world,
Mhm.
and lean and young, I guess.
And she
And
has...
I have tribal tattooing.
Yep, and piercing, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, we just didn't write that down. For
Yeah.
sure.
So, and Eve would have when Eve arrived to attend this party, her armor and weapons would have been collected at the basically coat check and stored at the front of the banner. So Eve, currently you are just wearing a basically party clothing and you are not armed.
Okay.
But you mostly look like you fit in. Minus the tribal tattooing.
Interesting that Auntie would send us a feral world warrior, but welcome
Thank you.
to the party.
Welcome to the party, pal.
My condolences.
So
I'm sure Auntie's confidence in you is well founded.
Thanks. I hope to do well.
while you're discussing this, Lord Karan approaches,
Oh, God.
drinking water.
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
He's learned.
It's like, teacher, I've been drinking water as you've ordered me to. Do we have a new student for the duelist school? Pointing to Eve.
That one's for me, I think. No. I'm like brain farting on the house name, Adela.
Adela, yep.
Yep.
This is one of our
house-
instructors, or something.
Yeah. Yeah, let's play it off like that.
Oh,
This is
another
what-
instructor. Is she a good duelist as you, Master?
Yes, just an equal.
Oh, I'd love to see you
Embarrass
spar.
yourself. That's for
I
another time.
try not to,
That's for another time.
but the hunt went well. I hear they'll be delivering the head of the mountain ripper to your room once it's been to the taxidermist. House Vixus keeps a taxidermist on retainer, is my understanding.
It's quite a taxidermist. That thing was enormous.
Yeah.
Well, fortunately, they are just doing the head of the creature itself. I don't think the actual creature's body could fit into the gondola heading down to the surface. They need to strap it to a ship and fly it away, unfortunately, if that were the case.
Out of character,
What a marvelous display it would make.
we are keeping that head, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like us, like is our group.
I
like
mean,
our
we're trying.
team is-
It's
well,
mine.
it's yours to
Okay.
keep. I mean, no one's gonna.
No. Yeah, no. I mean, like out of character, like openly, like asking it,
Yeah.
because we're planning to play, post it up on in the ship when we get back.
Yep.
We put it up on the fridge like fucking macaroni art. I'm so proud of you. Gonna give you a gold star.
Selena Escher is gonna be like, my kids are growing up.
So yes. Oh, actually, I should explain. So Eve, you would know Selena Escher. You've met her a couple of times. She would stand a little bit taller than you. Well muscular. Has a pink mohawk. Yep. And carries a chainsword and a plasma pistol.
Hmm.
She definitely carries herself with a lot of confidence.
She's also a lunatic.
And she's due to be an inquisitor soon.
Yeah.
She lost her chance, and we sent her a cake with the sign "My condolences." And we're not sure if she actually found that funny after she calmed down, or if we're gonna get the ass fuck of the century when
She may or may not hate us. You know.
when she repays our kindness.
Alright. But, so Lord Karan is mindlessly blabbering along while you're, like, talking to Eve. Not even really paying attention to you. And
Okay.
he's just, Lady Ballard is, she keeps looking over at you. Is that normal? Should we be worried? Oh, maybe she wants to hire your services as a duel instructor. I bet that's it.
Let's
Maybe.
let's
maybe,
try to get a
um,
feel.
Young Lord Dumbass can run interference for us here. Why don't we ask him to go swing by Lady Alara's table and see if she has a word for us or anything?
Alright, how do you want to, like, lean into this kid exactly?
Lord Karan, I have an important task for you.
Oh,
Lord.
Go see what Lady Alara wants. Be discreet.
oh, I will do my best. Alright,
If you're
make...
not discreet, you'll be killed. I mean, you will be disfavored.
Oh dear, I don't
To
want
death.
that. Gar, make a command roll. Just to see how well this kid's gonna do.
He's
Alright.
gonna do very well.
So I'm gonna
It's gonna
add...
obey very well.
Let's see here. Yep, okay. With both the really good command roll and the fact that I just did a secret GM roll. Alright. He's like, absolutely, Lord Allara.
What
No.
a
Adela.
Yes.
I'm talking to Lady Allara
Right.
of the House of Helps Adela.
Yes.
And he
What
just,
opposes command?
opposing command, probably willpower. This wasn't an
Okay.
opposed test though. This was basically, is it a really like good and firm command that will give him about a bonus.
Okay.
So turns on his heels, walks towards Lady Allara. So she's about 15 meters from you. You see the two of them talking, and comes back, and after a few minutes time, he's like, Lady Allara was interested in the note you had sent, but she feels that she is plenty safe at this party, and does deeply appreciate in her heart your concern for her well-being, but feels that she does not actually require your assistance at this time.
Okay.
All right.
That's what she thinks.
Yeah.
She has mentioned that she can't think of anyone in the world who would be an enemy of her.
Hmm.
He just smiles and nods, big stupid smile.
Okay, that makes sense. Obviously not giving Karan any further details about this.
What
But,
no.
I think this means it's definitely on us to
Keep an
look
eye
out
on
for
her.
her.
Yeah.
All right. So at this point, the bell rings and a attendant for House Vixus comes out. Is like, please everyone, we'll be serving dinner in the next few minutes. Please clear the dance floor, and the dinner will be a fantastic pork roast, for the with a fine soup as the appetizer. This will be a 7-course meal. Please save room for dessert, and please do enjoy yourself. At which point, another attendant comes up to your group and is like, oh, if you'll follow me, I will take you to the table of Lord Vixus.
Right.
Nice.
I'm disappointed we're not eating the Mountain Ripper, but I'll get over it.
Maybe that's dessert.
Maybe.
Oh, Mountain Ripper liver is quite toxic,
Ah.
unfortunately. But and the meat is, I feel, a little too gamey. And they might contain parasites. We're not 100%.
That all seems likely.
So the attendant leads you over to a large table. So this is a smaller version of the large table that is in the center of the hall. But sitting at the head is Lord Vixus, and you are like given seats very close to him. Along with Lord Vixus, there are members of like generals in the Imperial Guard. You see at least one Imperial Guard officer, as well as various other officials and nobles who have Lord Vixus's favor. Lord Vixus himself greets you warmly. He's like, welcome. Congratulations on the hunt. Quite well done, I must say. That was excellent use of the hunting spear on your behalf. He gestures over to Tigo. Oh, I'm sorry. I see you have a new member of your retinue there, Lord Adela. And he gestures to Eve Ward.
Yes. This is, and I give a fake name that we've previously agreed upon.
Yes, we'll go.
One of our dueling instructors that has just been able to join us.
Here, I'll tell you what.
Yes, a high-ranked member of House Adela, Suzanne de Gru.
Very good.
Yes, she was on assignment, but has just finished her tasks and been able to join us here at the party. As
Alright.
part of our retinue.
Make a deception roll.
I will.
All right. Damn.
Wow, that was great.
Yeah, I'm not going to bother rolling against that. Yep. Lord Vixus just eats that right up. You seem to have quite the dueling school. I've been hearing lots of people speaking about it throughout the crowd. I had no idea that House Adela had a dueling school that they founded, and it was so well established.
Yes, we've been taking our time and keeping things quiet as we reestablish ourselves.
Very good, very good. And I fear mentioned that perhaps you'd be able to assist House Vixus. I'm sure House Adela would appreciate having powerful allies in this sector.
Powerful allies are always helpful.
Yes. Yes, I can imagine. And as you know, House Vixus is quite well established, but we could always become more powerful, and I'm led to understand your house was unjustly stained. Surely we could work together to build up the reputation of our houses back to a area where it befits our station.
Indeed, I agree. However, I prefer quiet methods.
Oh, I agree, exactly. Using more open methods is generally frowned upon in polite society. Do you have anything in mind that you could use to increase your or my house's reputation?
Hmm.
What was it? The protection of like those caravan trade routes or something?
Yes. So last session you had been, or maybe the session before, but you had found out from about House Holger had been given access to trade stations that they need to protect. So,
Yeah, so I'll mention that I'll be very kind of oblique about it and mention that we've heard there's been some trouble with control of these trading stations, and perhaps someone able to move quietly in the shadows could assist you with this.
oh, I mean, yes, it was quite unfortunate that House Vixus lost the bid to provide protection to the various trade stations. Quite unfortunate that we won't be able to collect the tariffs on all trade coming in and out of those stations, especially because we feel House Holger, although quite the established and proper house, is not up to the task of defending them. But I'm sure that things will
Truly.
work out in my favor. I don't think I'm sure that House Vixus will be prospering from this arrangement.
It seems to me House Vixus would be more guaranteed to prosper from this arrangement if it were to come to light that House Holger was unable to defend these trade routes.
Oh yes, no, absolutely. If they were unable to defend them, then I imagine Vixus would in fact be awarded the control of these stations for their own benefit and the benefit of the greater Imperium.
Of course. All is for the benefit of the Empire.
Of course, of course. But, my dear Lord Adela, House Vixus has no need of your assistance with providing any protection for these trade stations if we were to gain control of them, nor do we need to concern ourselves with House Holger providing control and protection for them. I already am quite confident that things will work out as I require them to.
Okay. So, just out of character.
Yep.
It sounds like he's saying, good plan, I already thought of it and am doing that.
It kind of does sound like that, yep.
Yeah, that's what I took it as.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to note that
You could see about digging into anything he feels that you could assist him with.
If, for whatever reason, I do require assistance in ensuring proper trade protection for this region and any protection for trade that House Vixus currently or in the future will own, I'll be sure to involve you. But for right now, I think things are working out as I need them to. But I do appreciate the offer, Lord Adela. I'm quite appreciative of lords who are both friendly and ambitious.
and discreet.
And discreet, of course. But I will be meeting with many members during this party. I fear that in my position, even during a party, I must be away at business. meetings in my back office, but I'll tell you what. Let's meet in private later, and we can discuss various strategies for improving our houses, shall we?
That sounds productive and delightful.
Of course, of course.
I
Good.
agree. Okay.
I'm sorry, I must make the rounds during this dinner. I will, but if you do wish to talk, feel free to approach me, and we will discuss whatever it is you wish. This is a bit heavy conversation. We could discuss hunting in the future. I would love to have you on one of my hover barges to do more hunting. Quite well you've done with the Mountain Ripper. Fortunately, for the people below in the valley, they won't be dealing with a creature of that nature anytime soon. Well, one would imagine, but definitely plenty of cliff runners to kill.
Of course. As you know, we pride ourselves on our martial skills at House Adela, and there's nothing like a vigorous hunt to stay sharp.
Of course.
I look forward to joining you in the future. Something.
And we'll be bringing along your new member. This, it looks at the tribal tattoos on Evor's face. Feral world, are you? Quite good guards and killers. Have you done much hunting in your time?
I would go with yes.
Yes, I've done my fair share of hunting.
Oh, fantastic. Many great beasts you've felled, then?
I'd like to think so.
Good. Well, please enjoy the party. Do enjoy the rest of the food, and do save room for dessert, as my attendant has pointed out. It is going to be quite delicious. It's a lovely chocolate mousse with a bit of a vodka scent to it. You'll quite enjoy it, I feel. And then he leaves to go and talk to a general in the Imperial Guard. Imperial Guard, like dress uniform, guy's chest is covered in medals.
Is this kind of a repeat of the other guy whose dress was all just for show?
No, this guy, actually make a common lore Imperial Guard roll.
All right, and do you get a bonus on common lore if you have Scholastica, the same thing, or?
I don't think so, but I will give you a plus 10.
Cool. Sorry, I had to pull up the right tab. I have 80 of them.
That's fine. Yeah, just because this wouldn't be anything. This would just be all out in the open. Yeah. Okay. You definitely can recognize that this is in fact a legitimate uniform. These are legitimate medals. You can't place what campaign they're part of, but you do know that they are properly minted and stamped. So this is in fact quite this is a real member of the Imperial Guard, yes. And actually, make a scrutiny roll real quick.
I will make a scrutiny roll real quick.
Yeah,
that's more like it.
You see this general every once in a while look over to the guy wearing the fake uniform and kind of giving him dagger eyes.
Yeah, that tracks. So this guy's legit. That's potentially useful. File that one away.
Also, another member of the Adeptus Administratorum, the basically bureaucrats of the Imperium, comes up to Lord Vixus and starts to talk with him as well. But currently you are just at dinner. Food is fantastic. It's exactly as you've come to expect. And there's plenty of it. It does not run. It's not running out, no matter how much people eat.
Good.
All right.
What's anything going on with Lady Alara's table? Everything looks normal.
Yep. Lady Allara is, she's eating. She's having wine. She looks to be in good spirits. Another noble comes up to her, and he holds out his arm, and she takes his arm, and he leads her out onto the balcony.
Would you care for me to?
What was it?
Yeah, Gar will look over to Watchmaker and kind of
give him the
raise
nod.
an eyebrow and give him a nod.
I will. I'm not gonna literally stealth it, but I'm gonna try to be, stealthy. Like
Kind
just,
of end up over there.
yeah, move with the crowd and not
Okay.
stick out, not be looking in that direction constantly.
Okay. Because you are utilizing the crowd, go ahead and make a stealth roll to +10.
Oh yeah, that's right. I have hive world bonuses, right?
Yeah, so you can actually move through the crowd with no movement penalty.
Nice.
He's already passed.
Swoos.
All right. Unfortunately, no Mike. Looks like maybe next week. All right, so you are able to very easily move through the crowd, like both slip through the crowd without them affecting your speed, while at the same time using them as cover. And you are able to get to the door leading out onto the balcony. You see the Lady Allara and the noble she was talking to. They separate real quick. He stands maybe about a meter or so away from her while they talk. And you actually go ahead and make an awareness roll if you would.
I will. I keep losing the same window even though it's in the same place every time. There we go.
That's about normal, yeah. All right.
Nice.
You see him looking occasionally away from Lady Allara, which would be, it's kind of rude. He's got like wine in his hand, and is maybe not the most steady on his feet, but he keeps looking up away from Lady Allara.
Does he keep looking in the same direction?
Yes, he does.
I'm going to look in that direction.
So he is looking towards the building itself. So you cannot see where he's looking. You just see he's looking up towards the building.
Okay.
And you are currently standing in the doorway leading to the balcony.
I am gonna... Let's see, is there any place out on... Like, is it a big enough balcony that I could get out there without them noticing?
It's a very large balcony. It's wide open roofed. They would see you coming through the door, but if they're not strictly paying attention to the door itself.
What kind of roof is this place? Is it like a flat roof or is it like one of those angled ones?
This would be angled roof, but there are spots where it kind of like flattens out.
So, if we have our micro beads on us, I'm gonna bead back to. Can I make a rough estimate of where I should send them to look if there's like a sniper or somebody up there?
You have an idea.
I'll give them a ballpark and tell them to quickly send somebody up to check that out while I take air and kind of make my way out into the balcony from the other side. Try to make myself as not like hiding myself, but like just happen to be there as possible.
Okay.
You
Very
need air.
casual.
You need air from the alcohol or something.
Yeah.
Light up a low stick.
Just kind of fold his arms, stare out over the banister.
Okay.
Look all cool and figureheady.
Well, Watchmaker does have glow sticks.
I do.
And so you've told them whereabouts in the building a person, like on the second or whatever, like the upper level floor would be?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And while I'm going out there, I'm not going to crane my neck that way, but I'm going to try to see what he's looking at.
Okay. So whereabouts are you standing? Because right now, Lady Allara and the noble she went with are basically in the middle of the balcony. They're nowhere near like the edge.
I'll be near one of the corner edges, unless it's like a football field of sprinting to try to knock her out of the way before she takes a bullet.
Okay. So you're standing, let's say like 10.
I'm going to the edge of the banister and as if I'm looking out over it.
Okay.
I mean, you could quickly draw a balcony.
I could, but this is actually a very familiar balcony because this is where the duel took place a couple nights ago.
Ah.
And the blood has been cleared away, but you do in fact see the circle where the duel had taken place, and Lady Allara is standing sort of to the edge of it, so somewhat in the middle, and you're standing, what, you said like maybe 8 to 10 meters away from her?
Yeah, like if I suddenly had to pull a bodyguard, I'd be able to.
Okay. Alright, so you are standing away from her, decent distance, smoking a low stick. What are the rest of you doing?
Well, he's notified us, right?
Yep.
Which way is the quickest way to the second floor? Or the third?
Make an awareness roll.
Jesus, Ian.
Well, anybody who's like in that room can
Hang
make an
on.
awareness roll.
Hang on. Can I bust out my scanner?
No, Chigo, you cannot bust out your scanner. Well, I mean, you could, but it's like in the middle of a party.
Hold on, I have to take out
I
my
got this.
phone. I know
And-
this is rude.
Eve Ward can make a awareness roll as well if she would like.
Okay, so. Sorry, it's just gonna take me a second.
Nope, that's fine.
I just click on awareness.
Yep, you click on awareness, it's going to come up with a little thing that's like, do you want to add a modifier? Nope, just hit OK. All right. So Gar and Eve Ward, looking around the room, they don't really see a good way up. They see basically like a staircase that leads up to like the kind of back area, but they know they don't have, like that area is basically guards and all in front of it. But Tigo spots a small entrance that the servants have been using to the side, and as the door opens up, he catches a glimpse of stairs heading up.
I want to try to sneak in.
Okay.
I think we just send Tigo.
All
Okay.
right.
Chigo,
Stealth.
go ahead and roll a stealth roll.
Oh God, let me
Nope.
re-roll that. See, look at that.
That's true, yes. Oh, that's a good.
Wow.
Dude,
What the hell is going on?
that sucks.
Tigo, while attempting to go up the stairs, you're looking behind you for a brief moment, and the door opens, and you run into a servant who has a tray full of glassware. And
Crash.
I'm gonna roll to see
can I-
if.
Can I attempt to catch that before it falls?
Yes, you can, because he failed.
Is it acrobatics? Could I?
Yeah, you can make an acrobatics to do that. All right.
Woo!
Nice.
Tigo, you bump into the guy. He's like, oh, the tray goes up, but it remains somewhat flat. Tigo, your hand goes up, catches it perfect waiter style, and you hand it right back to the person who's like, dreadfully sorry, sir. Thank you for catching that on my behalf.
Finger
Can I
guns
pat
at
him?
him.
Can I pat him on the back and then try to sneak in, like stealthy again?
Yeah, nobody. Yep, okay.
Much better.
Because you caught that, nobody saw it. The servant there is a little like embarrassed that he bumped into you, and has just made his way straight away from you. And Tigo is able to sneak upstairs without any trouble whatsoever. No, like not encountering any servants or guards on the way to the second floor.
Wow, critical fail used for success.
These things happen.
Well, yeah, the critical fail you very quickly turned into a success. So, all right. So you are on the second floor, and at the same time, Watchmaker is basically just out in the balcony smoking a low stick. Been a few minutes, so the low stick is getting close to the butt of it.
So I actually do know where this balcony is from my general direction. Where
You
I'm
have a rough idea, so you know where you had done the duel.
Mm-hmm.
So you know where the balcony is, and you can basically in your mind place the direction of the balcony.
All right. So I'll just make my way over there.
Okay, so this is a kind of like twisty, turny hallway, and I'm gonna very quickly. What would be a good way? You know what? I'm gonna have you make a survival roll to see if you can like identify, like figure out kind of the pattern of this maze and find out which halls would lead where.
Interesting.
I couldn't think of another good one, but yeah. So Tigo, going into your like instinct and your experience with making your way on your death world, you're able to surprisingly efficiently translate that into a like navigating this maze of corridors. And after a few minutes, you're able to find where on the second floor is like the section of the building that overlooks the balcony.
Okay. Is it not behind the door or anything like that?
Well, right now you are in a hallway heading like it's a long hallway, but you are sure that this hallway is basically overlooking the balcony. There are rooms off of the hallway that would be closer to where like the actual balcony is itself.
Okay. Is this hallway also dark or is it just lit up?
No, it's pretty well lit up. But
Okay.
if I were to,
It's lit, fam.
so
Can I join Watchmaker on the
yes, you
or is
can.
that not a good idea?
Oh, you can join him if you like.
I'll go out and smoke a glow stick too.
All right.
While I'm there, I'll offer her a light, and as I do so, I'll turn to try to look up at the balcony to see what we're dealing with.
All right. So let's see here. So Tigo, you have a bunch of rooms, and they are overlooking this hallway. So Tigo, you're in this hallway. You would know that these rooms here are basically a bunch of rooms that are all overlooking the balcony, which would be like
Right here.
yeah. Hold on. Okay, why is it being goosey?
Because it sucks, He-Man.
Oh, hold on. And the balcony would be like, no, I'm pretty sure I had selected draw shape. There we go. The balcony would be like here. So, watchmaker. So you'd be like right here with Eve.
Okay.
Smoking a low stick together, and Tigo, you are in this hallway over with a bunch of rooms. So you actually can't see the hall. You can't see the balcony from where you are,
But I know it's there.
but you know it's there. Yep. And so
And the hallway's empty. Can I check each door quietly? See if it's open? Peek in?
yeah, so go ahead. The rooms don't translate one to one. They're just like a representation. But go ahead. So on this first door, go and make an awareness roll.
God. No, this is a serious question. Can I actually bust out my scanner in this hallway since there's nobody?
Yes, you can.
Let's see.
Insert meme here.
I know.
Giggity.
Giggity giggity. Alright, let's see.
Chicken titty.
All right. Looking in this first room using the scanner, you give a good search, taking about 10 to 20 seconds just to give it a good once over. You do not see anything.
Okay.
Heading to the balcony, Watchmaker and Evord are smoking low sticks next to each other. Wind picks up and actually blows out a light.
Interesting.
Watchmaker and Eve, what would you like to do?
Was I able to get a look up at where that guy keeps looking?
Go ahead, make awareness to see.
Okay.
And Eve, if you'd like, you can make awareness as well.
Nice.
Should I even bother? Because he just did it.
I would, just in case you get a better roll. The better you do, the more information you'll get. Alright. Eve, you know where to look. Watchmaker has subtly told you, but you're just not able to really see anything. You're only able to see a row of windows from various rooms overlooking the balcony, but you don't actually see anything necessarily out of the ordinary. But Watchmaker, you are used to dealing with urban combat, even if it was miles away. But you've also been in cities where there has been urban combat done at the time. Mm-hmm. And you see a slight bit of glare from the moonlight off of something just behind the window.
Does it look like a scope lens?
It sort of does, yes. And so it's basically in the middle of...
So that one?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Can I bead Tigo and tell him middle room?
Yep.
Okay, so I will try that.
Okay.
And I will start slowly moving closer to her as if I'm just kind of walking the balcony.
Okay.
One hand on the banister, kind of looking out that way instead of towards the party.
Okay. All right.
I haven't met her yet. Could maybe it could be an opportunity to introduce her to me?
Yeah, probably. So what we can look like we're doing is we're intentionally hovering, waiting for her discussion to finish, like we're being polite.
Okay.
Because I'm the one that actually crashed into her the first time, so she doesn't know you guys.
Yep.
Okay. So, what would would Watchmaker and Eve like to do? I guess.
I guess there would be no warning before the shot if he's already drawn a bead. Oh, I know what I can do. Let me look at my items and see if I have not a weapon, but something else I could use here. Hang on, I'm just looking through my inventory because I had an idea and I'm not sure if I could pull it off.
Okay.
But
that's a good thought about what Eve introducing to Lady Allara. Well, while you're looking through that, Tigo, what would you like to do?
So Eve and Watchmaker have let me know that it's the middle room, right?
They told you it was around the middle, yeah.
Okay, so I will see if I can open the door without making any noise.
Okay.
Like,
so going to the door, it is locked.
Securita.
Where's my multi-key? All right, let's do this.
Let me just verify something real quick. So I believe.
Also, I do have one potential thing I can try, if we need to, but let's see how this goes first.
All right. Let's see. Was the multi-key for?
Locks. Anything security-wise, it's locked.
Okay.
So
Yep.
It's plus 30. Let's see.
Nope.
Oh, hang on. We're gonna fate that shit.
Yeah.
God, the game is being rude as hell today.
Quite.
Like, it wouldn't even scroll down. It was so bad. It didn't want to disappoint me.
I'm sorry.
Sorry,
Are
Father.
you? Wow.
Sticking the multi-key into the lock to attempt to unlock it, it thinks for a moment, but this is a very high-end lock that is meant to not be bypassed so easily, and the multi-key just returns a fail signature.
Aw.
Can I look around and see if there's a set of keys for like the rooms? You know, the staff key.
You could go ahead and make an awareness roll. You do not see a you don't see any like staff keys, but you do hear a maid cart kind of like trundling down the hall to the south, so around here.
Mm-hmm.
So you hear it, but you just don't see it.
So somebody's pushing it. Okay. Can I go to this maid cart person and say I locked myself out of my room and I need to get in?
Okay, yep. So you're gonna head south to the maid cart?
Yeah, real quickly.
Okay. So while you're heading down this way, Watchmaker and Eve, what are you doing?
I'm going to be as if we were carrying on a conversation and we just kind of meandered. I'll be saying, I know it's a filthy habit from the guard. He kind of waves with his low stick. But it reminds me of home, of comrades left behind. Hey, speaking of, I don't think I ever showed you this. And he pulls out, remember the flares we got from the last mission?
Oh, yeah.
He pulls out one of those, we used to light our low sticks like this, and he cracks the flare and lights it, and then he just kind of, like a laser pointer, just tries to throw off the aim of the scope.
Okay. I would say make a ballistic skill test to know how a possible sniper
Where
would
to
be
stand,
aiming.
so it's gonna blind him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I, do I get any bonuses from either my background or, like, being able to, quote-unquote, aim?
I'll say
He's
make a
sniped,
plus.
so he knows.
I'll say make a plus 10.
Cool.
Nice.
Nice! Could do this in my sleep.
So Watchmaker is remembering an old trick from the guards, where using flares they can basically stop the night, like when your eyes adjust to night. So using this and using the flare, you create a bright bit of light, stepping where you believe the sniper would be aiming through, and causing what you think would be a big enough area of distraction, so the sniper would have a harder time shooting through it. The Lady Allara looks over to you.
And he'll kind of wave with the flare. Forgive an old guardsman his habits. Just a bit of eccentricity from time served, that's all. And lights his low stick with it for emphasis. And then he holds it out to both of them like he's offering them a light, like, huh?
The noble with Lady Allara politely declines. Lady Allara pulls out opens up a gold pearl inlaid case of low sticks, opens it up, takes out you determine it would be very like fancy, like where guards would have basically just like paper rolled low sticks. This looks like it was rolled in a very fine tobacco leaf.
Nice.
And she just like lights up off of your flare.
If I need to lean, I probably don't because flares are super fucking hot. But if I need to lean in over the hiss of the flare and whisper, there's a scope on you from the top floor, I will try to do that. If I think I can get away with it. I know that's kind of metagamey, but I mean, like, if it feels like I could ostensibly say it and not be heard by anybody but her.
It depends how close her friend is there.
Yeah.
With the flare, he stepped up closer to Lady Lara
Okay.
and has held out his arm after she lights up to guide her farther away from you. What is Gardefel doing?
Gar is just back at the party.
He's just like fucking getting hammered.
No, I was thinking. So she's marrying someone from House.
No, her sister.
Yes.
Oh no, her sister's marrying someone from House Talsey.
Yep.
Is House Talsey here?
You haven't seen. Well, you don't know what House Talsey's colors look like. So you don't know.
In that case, I'm going to make inquiry as to that.
Okay, go ahead and roll an inquiry roll.
Right, that is a specific skill.
I have a very particular set of skills.
I'm gonna fade it.
Okay. All
Nice.
right.
You guys are having good luck.
To be fair, he did have to buy in for that one.
Yeah. Let's see here. Okay, so asking around, looking for like members of House Talsey. Few of the nobles like, oh yes, let's see, Lord Talsey is over there, and he points to somewhat younger man, with the House Talsey colors, surrounded by members of his like retinue. It's like, it's House Talsey and most of his retinue. I think a couple of them are missing. And actually, Gar, I want you to make. Oh, what would it be? What would it be? I'm trying to think of the skill to use for this.
Make a funk check.
A logic test or an intelligent. Yeah, actually, make a straight intelligence test for this.
Gar is not known for his intelligence.
Oh, I guess he is.
Nice.
Gar, flash of recognition. One of the members of one of the retinues of House Talsey turns to you, like he looks in your general direction. He's not looking directly at you. That's the waiter from the other night who dropped off the cake.
Ah.
Wow, that's a flash of insight.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I've received.
Like he definitely was wearing a bit of a disguise, like a fake mustache, which is gone now, but you definitely cottoned in that this was this guy.
Okay. I'm gonna make a note of that.
You're going in the book.
Ooh.
The riddle book.
I'm gonna microbead that to the team, I think, if I can do so clandestinely.
Now that's some juicy gossip we could give to the House Vexus. I'm so bad at remembering.
Vixus?
Vixus. That assassination attempts are underway currently between the two. I'm going to microbead Tigo and ask his status on getting in there.
So, so going to Tigo. Tigo, you've approached it's a maid, dressed in maid uniform with a cart of cleaning supplies, and she's just going down the hallway. So a slightly older woman, hair is graying. Is like, yes, sir, I'm sorry. This section of the home is off limits to guests. I will be happy to escort you back to the party if you were lost, sir.
He's like, no, I need to get into this room. I left something in there from earlier, and then I can leave.
I'm so sorry, sir. You should not have access to any of these rooms. I don't know how you could have left anything in there. If you would tell us what it is, we would be happy to go and retrieve it for you later. We'll make sure.
Right now. Let's go right now. Together.
How are you leading to this woman to convince her?
And it's like I'm telling her that.
I am the manager. No, Karen, man.
We were discussing some stuff from the hunt, and I left the exploding spear that House Vixus wants to like frame and make, it killed the beast type of thing. Yeah,
like put that up with the display.
To put it up with the display, and it's very important.
Make a deception roll.
Good luck, buddy.
I know, right?
I made intelligence.
That's true. Look,
Do I get a bonus because I am the person that killed that thing?
no.
Or
I'm
like it
like, honestly, this would have been a bonus, except this is also a negative. It balances it out because you are really you're really not supposed to be here.
So it's okay.
It's just a flat in this case.
Guys, pray for me.
The God Emperor's with you, Tigo. Son of a-
He is.
Praise him.
Nice.
The maid looks around. Well, if it's quick, sir, I wouldn't want to upset a guest. So takes out a ring of keys, and she starts just kind of like shuffling her way over, kind of slow.
Come on.
Gets to the door, and she's like, "Which key was it?"
God damn it.
Can I like with my security thing point out? It looks like that one would fit.
Yeah, make a security at +20.
Okay.
99 on this one.
I swear.
I was really looking forward to just like breaking the lock and just. That being said, you would have probably sealed that dude in. So there you go.
Damn, son.
Tigo's like, "Is that key?" He's like, "Are you absolutely sure, young?" Yep.
Yes.
Click. She opens up the door.
And
where are you in relation to her, Tigo?
Oh no. She's about to become pasta.
I'm side by side with her. I'm kind of pushing her in, kind of.
Okay,
so if
you...
I had to, I would push her on the floor.
Okay, so you're directly behind her.
Yeah, I am ready to push her on the floor and shank somebody.
Okay, so well, you don't have shanking devices currently, but opening the door, you see a man. You see a figure dressed in all black with a exotic-looking rifle, and the maid looks is like, "Excuse me, you're not supposed to be in here."
I push her down before she even talks.
Guy turns towards you, and
I want to spray and take him down.
Okay, well he's gonna fire first.
Actually,
make a
initiative.
Make an initiative roll. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Oh god, hang on. I gotta click my token.
Really, you just gotta roll a d10 plus.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay, so we got a nice. Okay, the figure in black flips around, rifle at you, but Tigo, you're faster on the draw. What would you like to do?
I want to
shove him right off the fucking balcony.
Yeah, pretty much. I want to push him right off the balcony.
Okay.
Through the window if I have to.
Go ahead, make a weapon skill roll to do an unarmed attack to basically push him.
Yeet him straight into the shadow realm.
Son of a bitch! Wow.
It is done.
All right.
Long live the king.
Pushing the maid down, you charge towards this figure, and he fires. Actually, just curious. Yeah, he fires. The round is completely silent, but you hear it impact in the wood above you, and you take a low, tight stance, and just elbow check him through the window. And I'm gonna make a quick roll just to make sure, see what exactly if he can recover from this. And he does. He got a really good.
How can he recover? How is he recovering? If is this an evasion?
This is not an evasion, no. You struck him dead on, but he basically made his agility check to see if he could. So what happens is you hit into him with your elbow or your shoulder, and you push him through the window. The window clicks open because it wasn't actually shut entirely, but he manages to basically halfway through the window with his legs around the basically the frame. He has his legs dangling in the frame upside down, and he's going to aim at you, and he's going to fire the rifle at you, and son of a bitch, he's going to hit.
Is he?
Yeah, he rolled really well on that one as well. What would Tigo like to do?
I guess I have to try to dodge.
All right, go ahead, roll dodge.
Nice.
Great.
All right, so Tigo, you this rifle barrel is dead on, directly at your chest, and fires. But Tigo, the moment he's finger on the trigger is pulling it and squeezing, you duck down enough that the needle passes right by your head, and just like you just hear the
bullets.
you hear the whiz. You feel like the air. You don't hear the rifle at all. It's just a very silent. And you're up.
So he's dangling what, upside down?
Yep, basically he's like dangling like halfway out the window with his like legs still inside and are supporting him, and so he's like, well, halfway out the window he has the rifle aimed at you.
Can I just flip him out?
Yeah, go ahead and make another unarmed or weapon skill to unarmed push him. All right. He can attempt to dodge this at a -10.
He probably will.
Yeah, because I don't believe there was.
In a pretty bad position.
I mean, that's like beyond a bad position. How's he gonna dodge a flip?
Well, he's gonna.
He's upside down.
Well, he's
If
gonna
he
dodge the attack, and he actually does because you. This dude's rolling really well. It was a 28. He rolled a 28. So yeah, Tico, you attempt to like kick him out, and he just like kind of shoves aside and is able to like avoid that. Now you have half a move from half an action remaining if you want to do anything else, but
What's the view of this from the
Yeah,
balcony?
should we be hearing this?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure you could look up.
okay. So go ahead and make an awareness roll to see if you hear or notice this.
Also, let me
Can
see
I
what-
negotiate a bonus on it because I knew exactly where to expect it?
Sure. Add a +10 to that bad boy. All right. And yeah, Eve, make a awareness as well, if you would.
Okay, I don't do the bonus though.
You can because Watchmaker had pointed out where.
Yeah, we are
Okay,
in
so
micro
10.
bead range.
All right.
Close.
Eve, you're looking at the like. It's dark. Like it's dark where you are.
I have
actually,
the goggles though.
You do have the you have the contacts. Okay, so
He should pass
You-
by 1
you
Agree, I think.
well,
if you give her a 10 for it.
I'm not doing a negative. It would really be a negative normally. Watchmaker, you do see like you see a figure like fall out-ish the window a bit, and you see him like kind of struggling with somebody up on the second floor. But you don't know who's who. And Eve, unfortunately, you're just like you're looking at the wrong room. Like when you were told the middle room, you thought it was like maybe a little more to the left.
What's the layout like?
I have
Is
I
it
have a-
like balconies down here and the rooms are up here? If
Yes.
This guy falls out, he's gonna land on the balcony, or
Yeah, yep. He's about 10 meters above the balcony.
Okay.
Is there anything I can grab and stab him?
You are currently in basically like a storeroom, and
is it a letter opener?
make an awareness. Now, this awareness roll is going to be your second half action to see if there's anything in the room available.
Okay.
If I can, is he like hanging out or anything, or is he still in the room itself?
He's upside
is-
down.
yeah,
From
he's-
my understanding is he's upside down.
His torso's out the back.
His torso, he's hanging out the window and he's being held in, like his legs are draped around the
He's
windowsill
holding himself up with his legs like that.
Can I flick my flare up there?
in his eye.
Goes action.
If you want to chuck the flare at him, go ahead. Make a ballistic
Yeah,
skill to chuck it.
Yeah, let's let Matt do that first.
I will try that. I assume I can't really take time to aim on this one.
I mean, if you wanted, you could do a half action aim and then.
Yeah, I'll try a half action aim. And is there any place particularly quote unquote wide open for me to hit that I could do a called shot on? Technically, it wouldn't help any, but like I'm trying to maximize my chance of hitting him with a flare.
I mean, you can see his head, arms, and torso, and the legs are still inside.
I'm gonna try to get that thing on top of him so it's just burning until he lets go or grabs it.
Okay. Go ahead and make a ballistic skill test to see. Well, hold on. I gotta just check one thing real quick. I gotta go find.
Could we rule it as a grenade and I can actually use that grenadier ability and just fucking sink it like a putt?
Actually, yeah, I was.
And it lands in his pocket.
That was precisely what I was thinking. I was gonna treat it
Yes.
exactly like a grenade. So you can chuck this grenade. Your strength bonus times 3 meters.
Is that enough to get up there?
Well, it's about a 10-meter difference. So you'd have to need strength bonus 3.
Damn.
Do you only? Well,
Quite have that.
okay, so it's just a little bit too far away, but you can like still chuck it at him and try and like distract him with it.
Can I... Grenadier lets you control scatter by reducing how far it scatters. Can I try to over-aim?
I will say yes if you do it at a negative. If you do it at like a -10.
Okay. And it would be a ballistic skill, right?
Yep.
So I'm gonna try to get it because I can still use Grenadier to hopefully land it right on him.
Okay.
So
Could have set him on fire.
with the half aim and the penalty, it should even out to a flat ballistic skill.
Wow.
I did get it in his pocket.
So yeah, you chuck the grenade up, like really like twist and throw, and that thing just flies up and lands on his chest. And I'm gonna make a quick willpower test to see if he like freaks out over it.
I would think he would be freaking out.
Nope, he rolled really
this
well.
dude's a machine.
Yeah,
We gotta recruit this guy.
I have handcuffs if I can get them on him.
Yeah, he just like fucking like flare lands on him, distracts him, and he like pushes it off. But Tigo, did you make your
No, I didn't. I was waiting on that.
Make the awareness to see if there's anything in the room you can use.
Oops, went to the wrong sheet. Awareness.
You look around, it looks like boxes, shapes, it's a little bit, it's not necessarily that it's dark, it's just that everything's like covered in like tarps to keep it like, you know, protected from dust. So you don't
Gently
necessarily
beat the shit out of him.
You just don't quite see anything that can be used on him.
Use your teeth. About his ankles.
Is Lady Allara and her friend, like, are they having any sort of reaction to this?
Well, I could roll for them, but I don't think they've. Well, they're actually not in the purpose. Nope, they rolled shitty.
I think she wouldn't notice, but that guy would probably really be saying like, "Oh
Yeah,
shit."
well, if he's got a microbead, the guy, he's probably like, dude, what the fuck are you waiting for? Take the shot.
Well, actually, yeah, I want even Watchmaker to make awareness rolls right now.
Okay, I do have that comm leech from the last mission, but I think you have to install that physically.
I think you gotta like, I don't know. It's like it's a device, but I don't know necessarily how it works. I think it just says that it steals
wow.
stuff.
I'm gonna fate that.
Okay.
Critical fail.
Oh, Jocelyn got you though.
There we go.
All right. Yeah. Watchmaker's just like. Watchmaker's
busy congratulating himself for that shot.
Yeah, Watchmaker's too focused. Eve looks over at like the noble who is with Lady Allara, and he's once again stepped back a couple of meters and is sweating as he's like looking up at the window as subtly as possible, like, what's going on? He's like, no, he sees this. This dude sees what's going on, and he's like trying not to lose his cool. But okay, so the assassin.
Position yourselves to prevent his inevitable.
Yeah, he's gonna try to get away.
All right, the assassin takes fires again at Tigo, but the shot goes wild. The flare just on him. He's just like trying to push. He's trying to fire like the gun one-handed, and he just misses Tigo once again.
Do I have anything from the party right now?
Stab him with a fucking
I guess you do.
fork.
Technically, you have. I guess a wine glass. You have an empty wine glass on you.
Oh god, glass him.
Oh, can I get stats in the wine glass?
1d5 minus 1.
What? 1d5 minus 1?
You would add your strength to it though.
You would add your strength to it, yeah.
And he's kind of in a real bad disadvantage for dodging you.
I just want to have wine glass in my weapons. That's all. What is it?
Fair.
1d5 minus 1, I guess impact.
Smash that shit and jam it into his kneecap.
No penetration. It is a
No,
wine glass.
no.
I could break it.
You could break it, which would then turn it into probably not rending. It would still be impact. Yeah.
Tearing?
It wouldn't get tearing. It wouldn't be rending. I think it would still count as impact because it's not specially sharpened in a way
So
for
it's impact, and what's the special on it?
nothing. Probably unbalanced, or what would I call it? Weapon quality.
So I guess I can try to hit.
Probably primitive 7.
Primitive.
Yeah, primitive 7.
All right, so let's try hit.
By the way, this is counting as a low-tech tool, so
What is it? Minus what?
20.
Minus 20. Okay.
You might be better off just using an unarmed to strike again.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I just want wine glass in my weapon list. Okay, let's. Is that a straight strength if I try unarmed, or weapon skill?
This would be you could do a few things. What you can use weapon skill to do an unarmed attack to try and push him out all the way. You could use strength to grapple him and attempt to push him out that way. Actually, I think grapples would always be a weapon skill. Yeah, it's just straight weapon skill in this case.
If I give up my entire, can I like brace myself like to get a bonus on the weapon skill to just flip them out?
Well, you could aim.
Like
You
kind of
wanna-
like aim and then flip them.
Yeah, just do a
Like,
half.
like take,
Yeah, just do like a half action aim action and then a standard attack weapon skill for your unarmed attack to see if you push them out.
let's see. And this is all on weapon skill?
Yep, this is all weapon skill.
All right, let me see what that would be.
I can already see this is going to be some Mr. Magoo shit where we keep saving her and she never notices.
And
So I have a quick
This goes
question.
right, we should have proof.
Yes.
so
If we were to
Wait.
try to like grapple the noble that she's with, would that just like blow our cover?
Well, it wouldn't necessarily blow the cover, but it would
she
definitely
doesn't
be.
know.
It would be rude.
Okay.
So half aim and standard standard attack is a +20.
I believe so. I think aim action is
Yep.
a +5 or
Yep.
+10.
It's +10 for half aim, +20 for full, and a single attack is at +10.
Yep. So do the weapon skill at a +20. All right. He's going to attempt to dodge, but at a -30. So he probably is not going to succeed.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a
Nope.
unescapable.
Yeah, it would count for this. Yes.
Okay, so
The melee attack, you're like you're doing the John Wick thing with a fucking pencil, except it's a wine glass.
Well, this is an unarmed strike, so I'm going to count, just for flavor, I'm going to say that Tigo smacks this dude in the head with the wine glass, and he's just like, with the flare, with being out a window, Tigo is able to get a good strike on him, and the guy loses balance, his legs, like lose their grip, and he falls 10 meters, striking the ground.
With hitting it with his head, right?
Well, he
depends on
is.
the roll.
I mean, he falls backwards. Like the wine glass itself struck him in the head. He falls
Nice.
backwards, and his back slams into the ground. His head follows shortly after, like with the sudden stop. Yeah, so his back slams in, his head follows, bonk, like back against like.
How close did he land to me?
Probably 2-3 meters.
I'm just gonna kind of look down at that and look up at where he came from. Shrug, take a drag on my low stick, and just walk back inside with one. Like if anybody looks at me, just make a polite nod. Like yeah.
Lady Allara like sees this, like, hears a dude fall from the window and strikes the ground, looks over and like hand over the mouth, like sharp intake of gasp.
Did
The noble
what
Withers
guns,
is like,
right?
the noble Withers like, no, 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 no.
Did his gun fall out as well?
Yes.
I will collect the gun and I won't hold it ready. Because I assume people are going to come running at that sound.
Yeah, so some attendants and guards for House Vixus come out, hearing this commotion, very on point, and they see person dressed all in black with,
A
as you
sniper
see,
rifle?
with a rifle that Watchmaker is now holding, like, out by the barrel, out a ways. See this and like, one of the attendants just goes to collect the rifle from the Watchmaker.
He gives it over with a nod and maybe I think our friend there, just speaking with the good lady, might have some information for us about this gentleman.
Oh, yes, of course, sir. Thank you, thank you, thank you. One of our guests, it's unfortunate you had to see one of our guests fall. I suppose accidents do happen. We will take him to infirmary right away. Thank you for recovering his walking stick, sir.
Yes, I'm very happy to have helped with keeping things gentlemanly.
Yeah, and so a bunch of attendants and guards just kind of like circle around the dude. After about maybe less than a minute, some medics come out, put the person onto a gurney, onto a stretcher, cover him with a sheet, and just kind of like take him away. A couple of guards for House Vixus come over to talk to the noble with Lady Allara. Like, would you come with us, sir? We just need to have a quick discussion, a quick debriefing to provide the best care for your associate, sir. And the guy just goes with them. Doesn't even put up a fight.
And I'm going to raise my low stick again to Lady Allara and say, the flare brings good luck. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, I do agree. I think I will head inside now. Thank you for lighting my glow stick, sir.
Happy to do it, ma'am.
As she heads inside, the rest of her attendants kind of like make sure to like, with this whole commotion, they make sure to like provide a little more support.
Not
Closing.
let her out of their sight.
Yeah, they like close down a little tighter around her. The nobles and retinue for House Talsey are looking at her, and eyes are like on her right now. They do not necessarily look pleased about this situation.
I want to come up behind whoever seems to be in charge of that retinue. I want to, probably can't stealth, but I want to try and, I'm picturing like there's all this commotion, and you know, they don't notice that.
Pretend you're trying to get a drink. You're
Lord
chasing
Bell
a waiter down.
over there, and I just want to like be behind him and be like, "You seem nervous."
Oh, and welcome to Movie Phone.
Guard coming up behind them while distracted just yells that, and they kind of like flinch, and they look over at you, at Guard. It seems seems a guest has fallen. It's quite unfortunate. But
Tragedy.
well, I'm sure he'll be fine once he gets out of the infirmary. Good care at House Fixes here.
10-meter fall, I heard.
Yes,
I
that's.
also heard he had an interesting walking stick. Which is an odd thing to have.
Wouldn't know, sir. We're not familiar with the. I'm not sure if I'm familiar with the person who fell. I didn't see his face, unfortunately. We'll have to collect a lost member of retinue. I'm sure he's just in the facilities right now. And unfortunately, we have to leave this party a little sooner than we had hoped. Dreadfully sorry to cut our conversation short.
Such a shame.
Yes.
You seem like capital fellows.
Oh, thank you, sir. Yes, but we must be off now. It's been a long night, and unfortunately, when there are accidents that happen, further accidents tend to follow. I'm sure you, as a fine fellow, wouldn't want to have any of us or your retinue be caught in such an accident.
Oh, our house retinue is very careful.
Yes. Yes, it seems the majority of them have disappeared, so one would hope that they are quite careful in these times. Now, if you would please provide us leave, sir, I must be off now.
Yeah, come on, go.
So they all, like, House Talsey's people leave. They, like, head to the back room.
Move off, having put them on notice.
Shitting bricks.
And so, currently, Tigo is on the second floor, looking out of an open window with a maid who is screaming. She's just trying to, like, help herself back up, screaming because a fucking dude was just shooting at you and her with, like, needle rounds that have just punched into the wood of this room you're in.
Yeah,
I guess I
could
could
calm down and give a statement.
Yeah, I guess I can try to calm her down.
Oh.
I don't even know what the heck that would be.
Well, how do you want to try and calm her down? Do you want to lie to her? Do you want to try and be pleasant and polite? Or do you want to just straight up, like, give her an order?
You can summon guard, you can charm her if you want.
So she's basically screaming at us.
Yep, she's, like, screaming and she's not stopping. Pretty impressive, like, constantly screaming, like, without a single breath, considering how old she is.
She gonna have a heart attack?
I hope not.
And she's just, like, kind of blubbering, and she's like, the man with a gun, and he fell out the window, and what was that? And And Chico's just standing there.
I'm just like, are you serious? This
How do
happens
I
every
wanna
day.
lean into, like, and Chico's just standing there, it's like, how do I want to get her to shut up?
It's like, you need to get a grip. Like, I try to, I guess, intimidate her into, like...
Okay. Go ahead and roll an intimidate into making her shut up.
I mean, well, do I get a bonus because she just literally saw me, like, save her life?
Yeah, sure. I'll give you a +10 for this guy. That's you. Yep, okay. So Tigo, just go up to him, shake her. It's like, shut up. Get out of here.
Like a 1940s transatlantic movie.
Quiet, you.
You're being hysterical. Actually, translating. Quiet, sweetheart. You're being hysterical.
You're alive. I'm alive. The bad guy's dead.
Tigo,
Everything's fine.
Tigo's like very sudden outburst has like completely like put her in shock. She's like,
She's the next one out the window. She doesn't calm down.
You have no idea how accurate that statement is.
She's just like trying to find the words, like. Some guards come out and they're like from where like they just come and collect her, like take her away. It's like, sir, you appear to be a little lost. Unfortunately, the floor here is off limits to guests. Would you kindly assist? Like, yes, please. We'll bring you back to the party. We'll make sure. Let's get you another drink, sir. You look like you could use some more wine.
I sure could, buddy. You have no idea.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. They just lead you down the staircase back to the party. Eve and Watchmaker, you are on the balcony looking at a open window and some blood stain on the balcony that attendants are just kind of cleaning up.
Man, that balcony's seen a lot of blood the past 2 days.
They've got like a Be My Guest musical number going on about cleaning up assassination attempts.
Actually, this is more of an Oompa Loompa type of routine.
Got it.
This balcony needs a name. It's like the spiralizer balcony.
Lunka, doopity doo. Fall out a window, we'll do what we do.
I guess I like take a walk around and I go to the balcony to take a look at my handiwork.
Yeah.
Do you think maybe the staff that's used to cleaning up this mess might know more about what's going on?
You could ask them.
Probably not. It's probably just the intrigue of the month. It's just we happen to have inquisitorial orders to interfere with it on our behalf.
Okay.
Yeah. Eve wouldn't know this, she hadn't been informed of it, but basically Lady Allara is an inquisitorial asset, as in the Inquisition has use of her, but she doesn't know that they're using her to do.
She doesn't know she's a mole.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And she was basically like an assassination was being planned for her, so you were told to intercept that. So
yeah, we intercepted one, and then sent her a covert offer. She replied, rebuffing us, and then we just saved her again. So hopefully she learns.
To stop
I'm
being
also
stupid.
curious if Lord Vixus has a dog in this fight. As this all settles down, I want to see if I can locate him making his rounds and kind of take his temperature on what just happened.
It's not a bad idea.
Obliquely.
So Lord Vixus was in the back room in his office. Comes out after being informed. So you just see him leave like the back hallways and back into the main grand hall where the party is taking place. And so you approach him and want to talk to him.
Yeah. I'm gonna be, because we're nobles and we talk in code or whatever, So, how to put it? I don't know exactly. Let's just assume I'm being subtle.
Okay.
I'm basically going to be like, kind of imply that what a strange hubbub that was, and here I'll be getting a report from members of my security team on what went on. I'm certainly curious to hear what your guards come back with.
Oh yes.
It seemed like Lady Allara was led to that balcony. Very odd. Yeah.
Oh yes. Oh, it's. If this hadn't happened, I would have said this party was a failure.
I suppose without any drama, it could be a bit boring.
Yes. Well, it seems your security, from what my security has informed me, has been a little more active in this goings on. Do you think you'll be assisting, that your House Adela will be assisting Lady Allara in any way?
We were more interested in the peace and security of the party here, my team tends to take the initiative when they see something amiss.
Ah, good, yes. Peace and security at a party is always appreciative. Little dramas adds a bit of spice, but don't want anything going too off the base here. But, yes, House Talsey, my understanding is they've had to make a quick retreat. Unfortunately, it was a member of the retinue who was the noble who fell. So my understanding is they are taking his body back to their home for burial. Unfortunate, but they do what they must. I understand exactly, and I've taken no action against them further.
So I'm just gonna scrutiny him a bit.
Yep, go ahead, roll scrutiny.
I'm
And
gonna go ahead and fate that and scrutiny him again.
Plus.
plus.
Damn
This
it.
is
I'm gonna
see-
not scrutiny him.
Okay, this is normal. Everything's back to normal now.
All right, and I rolled a dice on his behalf, and he did really well.
The
Yeah.
game is like, yeah, you've succeeded enough.
You did what you had to, all right? You get the he is hard to draw a reading on. You're not sure exactly where he's coming from with this, but he's holding his cards close to his chest is all you can tell, really.
Can't tell if he favors one or the other or really gives a shit. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
But
Good.
unfortunately, they had to interrupt my meeting. So I'm sorry, Lord Adela. I must be back to my meeting. It's quite important. It was related to the trade protection and securing future trade routes we had discussed earlier. So I will be in meetings like this throughout the party. But I will be sure to send you a invitation soon. Thank you.
Emperor protect.
The Emperor protect. And he turns back and heads into the back rooms he was in, followed by the member of the Adeptus Administrorum he was talking to at the dinner.
Regroup.
All right. Yeah. So Watchmaker and Eve Ward are actually out on the balcony right now with basically like a member of like the cleaning staff just cleaning up the blood. Has like sprays it with a special chemical and it like wipes clean off.
Wow.
Good stuff.
Gotta get me some of that.
Right.
Yeah, he just like sprays it, wipes it, and like puts a little sign down, warning, wet floor.
Wonder what would happen if I injected someone with that stuff.
He's got the Mr. Grey Knight magic eraser.
He's like, dreadfully sorry to be of a bother, and just like leaves, leaving Watchmaker and Ward on the balcony. Actually, Watchmaker Ward, I want you to make an awareness test at a -20.
All right.
I'm just curious.
Don't want that.
Hopefully I did that right.
Yep,
-20, you say?
-20.
Ah.
Close, but Ward and Watchmaker, just for whatever reason, you kind of get the idea to look out past the balcony, but looking into the night, even with the photosensitive goggles and contacts, you don't see anything. You think it's just maybe like inquisitorial paranoia kind of getting to you, so, but you don't see anything.
Were I to guess, we probably made targets of ourselves by interceding on this. But, not much else for it until we get our intel together and plan our next moves.
Okay. I'll, I guess, head to the balcony and meet up with them.
Yeah, I'll head to the balcony.
All right, so
I
all
see
of
Gar.
you.
Yeah, I see Gar on the way there. It's like, wow, those guys were really in a hurry.
About House Tulsi.
Yeah.
How does Gar respond to that?
Yeah, I think we won't have to worry about them for the rest of the party.
Do we know who they're in
Although
with?
They may still have agents here.
We did beat their plan A and their plan B.
Gotta keep an eye out for that waiter, though, in case he did stay.
You probably didn't, but at the same time, we probably want to research, like, are they in good with other families that might work on their behalf?
Yeah, maybe we can
Inquire.
make some inquiries as far as who's friendly with Talzi and things like that.
All right.
Although,
We should probably keep an eye out for a message from Lady Allara, now that she's overtly seen her life saved.
assuming she's able to put two and two together.
Should we also spread rumors that there was an assassination attempt on her? Like, I know
I feel like we
obvious.
probably don't have
Spread
to.
itself.
I know, but
I think it's one of those things where everybody at the party knows exactly what it was, and they're all just playing pretend together.
yeah.
Pretty clearly, an assassin fell out a window at her.
And
at her
one
feet.
person with one dead member of their noble retinue
Retinue.
left the party. So
In a hurry.
Some people play badminton.
The unknown hero from the second floor balcony
Some
with the
people.
screaming maid.
Some people play badminton. Some people play assassin.
Who did Gar find out about House Talzi from?
Earlier in the party, they had
Lena.
talked to Lady Allara,
Oh, so she was the one that told him the information.
and she
Yeah.
had mentioned
Oh,
that her sister will be marrying into House Talzi.
And we surmised, based
Yeah.
on marriage arrangement, that House Talzi might be up to no good.
Yeah, because she's the head of her house. So if she dies, it would go to her sister, which would give.
yeah, so it's probably her
Yeah,
sister
I'll
trying to
get
get her
it.
killed.
Right. We were wondering if the sister would be in on it. We don't know anything about her. She's not here, right?
No.
Nope, you did not see the sister at the party.
If she was, she's not anymore.
Does
Yeah.
Lady Allara have any other siblings?
You didn't check.
No.
I don't think so.
Not that
Bro,
we know of, at least. It's
We
something
are.
to
We are.
possibly look into.
I don't
We
think.
are also invited to the wedding, so.
Yeah, you got
Are.
invites to the wedding, but you didn't actually like do any real like background research on Lady Allara beyond what she had told you.
Okay.
Wow, it's really raining
What
out.
someone told us, which was that she's an asset and they'd prefer that she not get assassinated.
Yeah, well, they specifically told you we'd prefer she be alive, but she's like saving her life is not the priority for like the mission.
Can you remind me again? The priority is to investigate Lord Vixis.
Yep.
Yeah.
You
To
will.
see if he's
part of an ongoing investigation into a cabal of
Heresy.
criminals who are dealing in xenotechnology and other such.
Does that have anything to do with Underworld that I have knowledge in?
Oh, you could definitely like do a if you wanted to, you could do a common lore underworld roll to see if you know anything at all.
Okay, so do I just click on the little skull for that?
Yes, you do.
Okay. And no modifier?
No, not in this case.
Okay. Nope.
Okay, so trying to, like, leading back into your knowledge when you were in the Adeptus Orbites, you try and think about, did I hear about the Heresy Syndicate? What did I remember about them? And you're just not able to put it together. If you think about it, you're pretty sure they like, you might have heard the name every once in a while, but you think that maybe they just use a lot of cutouts to, like, conduct business and do it subtly, which the Inquisition told you. Basically, the Inquisition told you Ebony Syndicate uses tons of cutouts. They are not ones to like make themselves known.
Got it.
So unfortunately, you're just not able to like think of any common knowledge concerning the Ebony Syndicate right now. If you were to like reach out to any contacts or try some other method, you could possibly try and research them a little bit more.
Might be a good idea to do that in the evening before anything goes down in the night. Do our researching.
Okay.
I'm gonna head back to the party and be sociable and see if I can learn who's friendly with House Talzi.
Yeah, I can do that too.
Yeah, that's the sort of thing I'm thinking.
Okay.
I can do my listening.
I'll do a
Alright. So yeah, anybody who wants to can make an inquiry test, or they can do an awareness test at a negative to see if they pick up any information about.
Hey, Digo.
Yeah, I put 2 points into fucking inquiry.
That's true. Yes.
Is there any oh no, never mind. What's the penalty for awareness?
Be,
-10?
it'd be -10, yeah, because you're basically attempting to. Yeah. So.
I'll be right back though.
Okay.
I gotta run to the restroom.
So Tigo, yeah, well, everybody else is like either trying to listen in about House Talsey, like find conversation about them, or like specifically ask. A lot of people are like kind of blowing them off, but Tigo, you're actually able to find a noble who is like in his cups and is a little more chatty about them. And as he says, like, oh yeah, House Talsey doesn't have a lot of friends. Kind of an older family that really hasn't gotten that. The years have not been kind to this. I must admit, this little indiscretion of theirs was typical of them. Really, they'd never learned their lesson.
So they're constantly unprofessional.
They are above their station, I should say. They do things that one would consider to be improper and unbecoming of a noble. I really imagine this would have been their last chance. I'm surprised they acted so. Well, perhaps I shouldn't have been so surprised they acted so blatantly in such a manner that is less than polite.
I'm back.
So you think this might be the end of House Talsey?
Well, I really suppose that's up to, at this point, Lady Allara.
Interesting.
I imagine she will be adjusting the security and catering of the wedding to ensure House Talsey receives more special attention.
Now you fucked up.
If they were wise, I feel that they would perhaps be less keen on tying the knot, becoming a union of man and wife under the eyes of the God Emperor, as it were. He's quite... The God Emperor can be quite concerned and isn't one to accept such improprietary pepper. He drinks again. He doesn't like it.
It's bad.
He was holding it together real well, and then just like the alcohol just entered his brain. It's like, nope, not today.
404.
Get this guy another drink. So it's all on Lady Allara.
By the by, do tell me, are you accepting applicants to the dueling school? I have a young daughter who I feel would be quite well benefited by going to learn swordswomanship, dueling.
God,
Stabbing.
I had a feeling this was
Good
They
stabs.
totally are.
Well, we're totally, yeah, we are. We're just.
We're gonna end up with a hostage. I mean, student from every noble.
That would be a hell of a way to make the power play on the rest of the sector. Hey, we have all of your children.
Also, Della will rise again.
The best part is they would have paid you for it too.
Oh, that's the plan here.
Yes, actually, we are. We're tailoring curriculum to each student.
Oh, excellent.
I'll bring them over to talk to Gar.
Fantastic, fantastic. Yeah, so you just like lead this drunk noble over to Gardipel.
It's like Gar. He would like his
Put
daughter
it
to
back
join
where you
our.
found it.
I'll give him the timeshare pitch. Tell him we're happy to accept his daughter.
Perfect, excellent, excellent. Good to hear from illustrious Lord of House Adela. I will be sure to send her in. She's 8, so you'll be able to like really get her trained young. Best time is when they're young, correct?
Of course.
We wind up making the first female space marine. People are very upset about it.
Technically, the first female Space Marine was in 1st edition? Original Rogue Trader?
Oh yeah,
Sort of.
sort of.
Technically, there were female Space Marines. Most of the time making female Space Marines fucked up. The God Emperor's like, I'll fix it after the Great Crusade's over. And then
Yep.
Horus.
These things happen.
Alright, so yeah, you have discussed this with this kind of drunken noble. What would you like to do now?
What time is it?
It is probably closing Earth. Like this planet does not have a 24-hour cycle, but it would be about 10 p.m.
Are there any events planned for the party?
Currently, there is like dancing. There's like this party's more freeform. So there's like lots of dancing. Some people playing cards in like back rooms that are like regicide games that are being organized with lots of money being like passed around. Musicians playing that you're aware of. People invited like back libraries where like discussions are going on. People pretending to know about philosophy, plus a lot of nobles who are just wheeling and dealing while they're at this party with other nobles.
Where's the dessert?
Excuse me, I'm looking for the Eyes Wide Shut party. Right this way, sir.
It's over there. Try and keep the Slanesh worship below like 20%. No, they so yeah, the dessert, a very nice chocolate mousse, and there's a lot of it. You're not used to getting filled up on mousse, but here it is.
Chocolate mousse made of that looks like a moose.
Yeah, right.
I don't know, man. I deserve this chocolate mousse here.
Yeah, they just bring out like this chilled chocolate mousse in the shape of an earth mousse. They're like, it's extinct now, but at one point it was the the stories say that this predator
was the source of all chocolate.
They say that it like roamed all of North America, eating the corrupt, eating the wicked.
So, if we're having dessert, does that mean we're sat near Vixus again? Is he eating dessert with us?
Nope. This Vixus is in the back room currently, in a discussion with. You would see him go in the back with a member of the Administorum.
Okay.
So how Lord Vixus is not there currently. The dessert itself is. This isn't like sitting down dessert. Basically, people are standing up, talking, like eating dessert out of. Like, yeah.
I'm super suspicious about how often he spends time back there.
You don't know what he's doing.
Makes sense. He'd be spending most of his time wheeling and dealing.
Yeah.
Like for someone like him, that's a party like this is this is when all the business happens.
Yeah. Mr. Business.
Mr. Worldwide.
So I think our next opening with him is he did invite us or me for a private discussion.
That's true.
That can be tomorrow or probably whenever we want to trigger that. I don't know. Is there anything else we should do tonight?
Maybe just keep an eye out for either messages or reciprocation, and maybe growing rumors and/or milling of politics outside of our wheeling and dealing.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and make inquiry rolls to basically determine if you can like figure out some rumors. Like you just discover a bunch
else
of.
Going on besides what we've been.
Yeah.
We can all do this inquiry.
Yep. Everybody wants to continue inquiry. All right. Tigo and
All right.
Eve Ward, and
Nice.
Eve Ward actually succeeds.
Oh, that was almost a critical.
Damn. All right. It was almost a critical. Okay. So, Gar, Watchmaker, they're kind of becoming well known, and people are happy to talk with them, but are a little more guarded with what they tell them. But Tigo, as basically the teacher in charge of the swordsmanship school, as far as everybody's aware, they're willing to talk to you, like more of their warriors who hears things, and Eve Ward, who honestly, Eve, you kind of get the idea people might just underestimate you because you come from a feral world. You were only recently really introduced to a lot of technology, but they are really underestimating your character's intelligence and your experience, and really they don't know that you're a member of the Inquisition and were recruited for a reason, so they're more open with information. So Tigo, yeah, you're able to find out several rumors. There have been some you hear rumors of like corsairs in the area that have been kind of preying on some of the trade lanes. And people are wondering if House Holger has to worry about those, but a lot of people, especially those who are aligned with House Holger, are like completely downplaying it. Like House Holger has this completely under control. They have plenty of contacts with the Imperial Navy. They have plenty of contacts with rogue traders. They are not at all concerned about any of these corsairs. They are perfectly perfectly able to deal with him in any way, shape, or form. And Eve, you actually hear, you hear people talking about Lord Vixus. And they're just basically saying like, "Oh, Lord Vixus has been discussing matters with that Sir Ravenweld, apparently some high level member of the Adeptus Administrorum. Wouldn't have thought he'd be dealing with a bureaucrat but I guess he's high enough in there because the wheelings and dealings can make things shake out for Lord Vixus's behalf."
His name was Ravenweld?
Ravenweld.
Like a welder.
Actually, I'll just give you his full... Yeah, they would have told you his full name if you, like, pried. Gerwin Ravenweld. Yes, Lord Vixus has been quite eager to talk to him and been in discussion for several hours now.
Is he in Vixus's house?
You don't really know too much about him right now, just that he's a high-level member of the Adeptus Administrorum.
Okay.
And that Lord Vixus... They're just a little surprised that Lord Vixus had invited him. But they figure he's maybe high enough rank that he is able to get an invitation and to talk to Vixus.
I'm guessing he's our Eldar weapon smuggler.
Is he there with the staff, or is he on his own?
You would actually seen him. You had dinner with him.
That's right.
He was seated next to the Imperial Guard General.
And does he appear to be on his own, or does he have a retinue?
Oh, he has a small retinue.
So probably, I mean, I don't think we could, like, roll off to Ravenweld and be like, yo, what's your deal here, dude? But if he's got staff members that we can prey on, that might...
Yeah.
I like how you use that word prey on.
He's got, like, yeah, you've seen him with some Adeptus Administrorum, like, basically staff, people dressed in robes, not like the ink-stained robes that you're used to seeing. They're like very nice robes that were especially pulled out for a party, as well as several members who appear to be security. So all in all, he's probably rolling with about 8 different people.
Team, who wants to get a bureaucrat real drunk?
Does do any of their his retinue seem like they have a loose tongue if they get alcohol? That we've noticed.
Well, you'd have to go and find out. So if you wanted to, you could find out via inquiry or awareness, or if you could think of another skill that you could use that could like find out information, go ahead and roll it.
Could I do scrutiny to see who's very clearly feeling kind of under pressure or nervous about the events on the balcony?
Yeah.
And then study how they use substances?
Sure. Do you want to focus on what group do you want to focus on specifically?
If they're around the retinue of the Lord Ravenweld.
Okay. All right, yeah, go ahead and roll your scrutiny to see if you can kind of get...
All right, I'm going to fate that, and it's my last point for the session.
Okay.
Out of 2. Still salty?
God
damn it, Mike.
All right, there we are.
You're like, fucked me on this one, Mikey.
Yeah.
You should sacrifice Ariana and get your fate point back.
So, Watchmaker, looking over, like, the various retinue of Ravenweld, you do see one of them has kind of had a couple of drinks and is like a little red-faced as he's like had some like alcohol. And so he's a younger member of their retinue, probably the youngest member, and he definitely seems a little put off by the events like at the balcony.
I'll point that guy out, and suggest maybe we want to try plying him with our more social party members.
Gar's probably got the highest social skills, but is the most.
I'm a good plan
Oh.
guy. I'm not a great social execution guy.
I'm a great murderer, but I'm not a great social guy.
What
The
is-
Inquisition.jpg.
What is Eve's fellowship and stuff?
Oh, it's low. It's 32.
Let's see.
I feel like if I go over and start talking with some
I mean,
low-level bureaucrat and being best friends with them, it's gonna look weird.
What would you use? Like, would you use inquiry with them?
inquiry. You can try to
Very
deceive him.
charm, man, deceive.
Charm.
It would be, yeah, probably like charm or deception, depending on how you approach this.
Yeah, I don't have any training in those.
I mean, I have inquiry. I can try.
Yeah, I have one in inquiry.
Or you could intimidate him.
I mean, I can intimidate him too. I mean, I'll just rip his head
Diego
off.
might be our best friend.
Your assassin is your best bet for social interactions.
So my
We could s-
intimidation is was it? It's known, or I'm trained in it. I have one check in it, right? And then my strength is 40, so it'd be 50.
Let me very quickly check your character sheet. Just to make sure.
First check FC
Intimidation.
rate, not a negative.
Yeah,
Second
so
check.
Oh,
you'd be rolling against a 40.
okay.
So-
Eh.
You could like up your intimidation like late after the session.
I definitely want to up my awareness after this session.
Okay.
Yeah, awareness.
Well, that's what we discussed. Just finding out where you're strong, where you're weak.
Yeah.
how you want to handle certain situations. I guess I'll go over here and talk to drunk boyo.
Yeah, so you talk.
Is
Head
there
over.
a bonus if we intimidate him together, two of us?
Yes, there is.
Yeah, both go.
Give me
Okay.
your lunch money.
Be friendly, but strangely imposing.
All right,
Right,
so
so Tago and Eve.
Tigo.
let's see.
Tigo, sorry.
Let's see.
Nobody knows how to pronounce his name. He's from some stupid little death world.
Wonderful thing about Tigos.
Or Tigo's a wonderful thing.
He'll just kill you. Is he drinking anything right now?
He's got a glass of wine in his hand.
How full is it?
Half full.
Half full?
Yep.
Can we recommend shots?
You could certainly attempt to, yes.
I guess I'll like walk up to him, bring him another glass, and like pat him in the back. And say, "Looks like you're not having any fun."
Oh yes, you're the duelist. Everyone at this party has heard about that duel. Oh, and the hunt as well. You've made quite the name for yourself here. I'm far more familiar with being back doing paperwork, filing red tape, all that stuff, as opposed to being at a party. But Sir Gravenweld has requested my presence here, as I've been shown to be a good protege and for him.
Oh, like, is Eve with me?
Yeah, I'll walk over with you and be like,
Because he seemed kind of
sorry,
interested.
Tigo, I'm shadowing you. I don't know anyone here.
Oh, okay. So I'll just like introduce you to him as like one of my my equal in instructing the dueling school.
Oh, pleasure to meet you, Miss. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Suzanne de Gree?
Ah, Degur. Good to make your acquaintance. Yes. No, normally I'm dealing with not parties so much, but yes, Lord. Well, I guess he's not. He prefers the title Lord if he's not necessarily Lord himself, not a member of any noble house. But he has requested my presence. Requests that I make friends at this party. If House Adela would be interested in any assistance from the Adeptus Administrorum, if you have any plans, future expansion, we could be sure to assist in cutting through some of the red tape.
I know we're trying. This is out of character. I know we're Gar's doing this dueling school thing.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be doing this through them because they think we already have it established. Is there anything else that Jeremy has like planned?
I mean, technically, Jeremy shouldn't be doing this on behalf of House Adela, but I'm also not going to say no if you do.
Yeah,
Doing what?
we basically just spun a yarn that got way out of hand.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, the yarn is awesome and we're all having fun with it.
Yeah. I'm in favor of making it plot. So
Yep.
Yeah, because I'll just roll with you're looking to bring back House Adela to prominence.
yeah, that's
Instead of being-
that's the cover story.
Yeah, and so yeah, I'll mention that our Lord is looking to bring back the house back to prominence. This dueling school is a small step, but he wants to bring it back to its glory days.
Oh, perfect. Yes. I imagine you probably want to establish several sources of income. If you would like mining contracts, we could see about that. Or if you already have mining contracts, you need to somewhere to sell the actual things that are mined. That always needs protection. So we could definitely see about perhaps getting some of the paperwork to the front of the line. You always know how paperwork can get lost. There's a backlog of decades as well for various certain bits and bobs of paperwork that needs to be done. Really, that's my job: is paperwork, paperwork, paperwork. He shows you his fingers that are permanently stained in ink.
Looks like you like your job, buddy.
He's like a good friend to have, actually.
Yeah, he does. It's like so is he like separated from his retinue?
He's not near them right now. No.
So we could we could kind of bring him into our circle and like expand on him pretty much
Sure.
as like a mole. Yeah, it's like, so yeah, I'll pat him on the back. It's like, yeah, let me introduce you to the guys. And, like the Lord, he really would like to talk to you.
Shows a
Like-
yeah. He shows a bit of reluctance as you just guide him over to the imposing figure of Gardeefel.
And it's like, don't worry about it. He's a softie.
Oh,
You'll get along with him great.
pleasure to make your acquaintance, Lord Herman Adela.
Hello, young man.
Yes. So my understanding is House Adela wishes to increase prominence. Well, making friends with the Adeptus Administorum is always a good step. Bureaucracy is what runs the Imperium.
Of course.
So we'd be quite.
I'm merely following in the fine example of Lord Vixus, who clearly is, participates and works with the Administorum greatly.
Oh
And
yes.
that seems wise to us at House Adela.
Oh, you're working on behalf of House Vixus, if I'm to believe.
Oh, we hope to, but we see them as a fine example.
Yes. My master, Gerwin Ravenweld, is making plans with Lord Vixus that just to secure some assistance for his house using our various connections. But I must keep this under my hat, as it were. I fear I've said perhaps a little too much, but just know that if you need any assistance.
How's his glass looking?
Oh, he's draining that thing dry.
Could you like stealthily fill it?
Yeah, I'm like, I keep bringing alcohol so his tongue gets looser.
Yeah, you just like he just keeps taking like glasses of wine, just like drinking up. So, as I haven't been quite informed of what my master Ravenwald is doing here, but I'm sure it's quite important. He's actually in charge of the Adeptus Administorum planet, an entire planet dedicated to storing and processing paperwork. Have you heard of it? It's the
Hell.
planet. Yes, we've actually had quite the. Here, I'll just choose one. It's a planet Zankoth. It's an entire planet that has been ceded over to the Adeptus Administorum to allow us to store paperwork. Near the entire surface, it has some measure of storage for all the paperwork we have there. Unfortunately, he's in charge, but I will admit our rivals there have been quite upset. Some of the folk there wish to store the paperwork as according to the Dewey system, as opposed to others who want to go with the Wameth system. Unfortunately, it's led to several armed conflicts.
These things happen.
That is delightful,
Yes.
I have to say.
I am personally a proponent of the Weneth system. It's far more practical than the Dewey system, and I'm going to explain why right now. And he drones on.
Good diatribe.
He just drones on like about this like stuff that just like completely like washes over you. Like, what is this dude talking about?
Can I spike his drink with something so he passes out?
Do you have anything to spike it with?
I don't know. Did
I feel like all you need to spike it with is just more
alcohol?
more booze.
Yeah, let's get him
He's-
something. Let's get him something like
Before he passes out,
Far more stronger.
I want to kind of ask him a leading question and kind of imply that I'm curious how one gets in and becomes good friends with the Administorum. As in, what kind of bribe could I offer you, but not saying that.
Oh, you want getting good with the Ministorum, yes. Well, I suppose it really depends what you want. I mean, some people always want paperwork put to the front of the line. Some people want more precise, perhaps should I say, exotic services from the Adeptus. Yes, Ravenwald provides more exotic services for
exotic
the.
services.
Well, he flump just falls forward onto his face.
I think we have what we need.
At which point, some servants come and just take it. Like
I was about to say or I was gonna just like turn his head so he doesn't drown in his vomit.
We're going to take him to the infirmary to help him sleep it off.
Thank you, my good man.
Did we get that guy's name?
Nope.
Okay.
That's right. He didn't get ours either. Well, he technically did, but I think he's blackout drunk.
He knew your name, but at the same time,
He's not gonna remember anything. Just pain.
Only pain.
We can check on him in the morning if we really need his name and be like, just checking up to make sure you're all right.
He just sits
sir.
up groaning, like rubbing his head with a massive hangover and a migraine, and then Gar kicks at the door and says, "Good morning! The Emperor smiles upon this new day he has blessed us with."
And he's just like, oh, God.
That's how Gar wakes you guys up every.
Gar Deepfell, morning person.
We get up before Gar, so we don't have to hear the door get kicked in.
This is why I roleplay, so I can get into the head for a brief time.
All right, let's see, where are we? Okay, we'll play a little bit longer. Yeah, so around this point, getting this dude drunk is probably taking the better part of an hour. So you are about closing in on like 11, 12 p.m. Once again, like the party seems to kind of be like dying down. Some nobles are still really like into the party. So there are some nobles who you saw partying last night. You saw them partying in the morning, and they're partying again. You're not sure exactly when they sleep or what they're on.
They got
If
students.
they sleep, they don't sleep. They take disco naps.
Basically, yeah. But a lot of nobles in the retinue are retiring to their room, and an attendant for Lord Vixis comes out and announces that Lord Vixis has decreed that there will be a contest of skill tomorrow, involving games of like chance, involving games of like physical and mental prowess, and invites anyone who wishes to participate to come and prove their worth against their fellow nobles.
We definitely want to register.
Oh yeah.
Ah,
I
yes.
think we had a choice. Gar was gonna like register us no matter what.
Guards are just filling out.
Gar just walks over and signs up the whole team.
Ah, excellent, excellent, sir. Would you like to bet anything? Makes it a little more interesting.
Yes. Gar takes out a large coin purse. I don't know. Whatever counts for a lot of money. He plugs it.
But please, sir, no need to put out the money right now. We are sure that whatever you bet, you are well equipped to pay.
Well, obviously.
Bottomless coffers.
Gar writes down an amount that would terrify most.
Yeah, Gar writes out an amount that's basically like a year's worth of pay for like a kind of middle class person on this planet. Ah, excellent, sir, excellent. A standard bet, it seems. Yeah, 5 figures easily. Or 6 figures, actually.
I was about to say this is
A lot of
risky.
figures.
Standard
My
what? Let's add
fucking-
another 0.
Excellent.
Ellipses in between the sets of zeros.
Excellent.
Peasant joke.
Excellent, sir, excellent.
So do we get any kind of insight on what kinds of, you said like games of chance and like,
Yeah, what constitutes chance?
Oh,
It's pretty much the lottery.
don't worry, sir. We are keeping this under. We're keeping this under wraps. We find it makes things a little more interesting when it comes to it, and we don't wish to inadvertently scare you away. We find that variety adds a bit of excitement to life, and so the game of chance that you're signing up for, the game of skill, both physical and mental, that you're signing up for is, well, not known to you currently, will be tomorrow. And we find that many nobles who may be intimidated by it end up having quite a good amount of fun and excitement and have found new passions. So we hope that we can bring these new passions to you as well.
Of course, it would be terrible if anyone had an unfair advantage.
Yes, of course.
Gar then accidentally drops a few coins from the giant coin purse onto the ground and goes, "Oh my!
Money.
What
Is that
happened?"
yours?
Oh, yes. Let me. Yes, sir.
Can you help me with this?
Yes,
He
let us-
spills a bunch more money bets.
He goes and
Help
like
us up.
collect some of the coin. Go ahead, make an influence roll at a +20.
Oh lord.
Gain influences.
Yeah, influence is used for like bribes and the like.
Well, that should theoretically go well.
It theoretically did go well.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you just like you drop some coins. He goes and collects them, and he's like, "All right, there's a poker game, old style Earth poker. There's wrestling, and there's a riddle contest.
What?
a what
riddle.
contest?
There's
Oh,
a riddle. There's a riddle contest.
I know somebody's really good at riddles.
If you can think of good riddles that will stump your opponent, then great. And find somebody who's good at unarmed combat and wrestling, because they're gonna have a lot of fun.
Cool. I give him the wink and the nod.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Back to like his very like.
As we get up from this fake, fall.
Yeah. He just goes right back to his like very kind of like polished like method of speech. He's like, thank you, sir. Thank you for signing up. And we do hope to see you tomorrow. Good for you, sir. Thank you.
Not bad.
That he leaves. And so we've been playing for about 2 hours. If you want to, what we'll do is we'll just determine what everyone's doing tonight, and we'll pick it up next week in the morning of the party. So what does everybody want to do for the rest of the evening?
First thing to do is go to our little dead zone in our room and send word to our beloved auntie, Selena Escher, about the planet, the Lord Ravenweld, and what we heard and what we learned.
Okay. Well, you
Yeah,
know,
and that we foiled an
And
assassination.
maybe also throw in a coy sighted assassin sank, same kind of message.
so you head to the dead zone of your room, and for I'm assuming you're filling Evord in about this. That basically the entirety of this palace, this noble retreat you're in, is covered in cameras and listening devices.
Yep.
Oh.
And they've been able to successfully make a section of the room spoofing like one of the listening devices, so only a small portion of the room is actually safe to talk in. As you attempt to send a message out to her, there is your Vox communicator does not reach, and attempting to boost the signal through the cogitator in there, it gets a word of basically just reports like messages in and out are being restricted to prevent any disruptions to the party. If you need to send out a message, please use official channels.
Gotcha. All right, so we'll have to wait on that. Unless Escher left instructions for how to get in touch with her quickly, but I don't think she did.
They had given you I guess on the data slate from your old auntie, you had been given a return address.
Ah, okay. Then yes, I'll be rather more subtle about it, but I'll mention like interesting and exotic possibilities were we to try to get a merchant stake in Gerwin Ravenweld's logistical empire, mentioning he has planets and planets of Administorum at his back, such as, and then naming the planet.
Zamkoth.
Zamkoth.
It's like, excellent, sir, excellent. As you put the message onto a data slate, give it to actually, you give it to that specific servant you had bribed to be your
Can we seal it, like with like whatever? What is it, like DNA?
Yes. It's like if you want to run encryption on it, so basically only she can open it, then you can do that.
Yeah.
So, all right, so you encrypt it. He's like, excellent, sir, excellent. I will make sure to have this delivered to this address post haste. We have a special service to make sure that it arrives before tomorrow morning.
Perfect.
If you need anything else, please let me know, sir. You have my personal comm communicator.
I know what we're forgetting. Money, and I'll just give him
You give him
a bit more for his trouble.
You give him like a decent chunk, like basically another month's pay.
That sounds about right.
It's like, thank you, sir, thank you. Yes, please be sure to reach out to me if you need anything at all. I will be most happy to assist you in any way possible.
This guy's income skyrocketed in 2 days.
Oh yeah, you gave him 2 months of pay in like 2 days time.
Yeah, that tracks. Make me happy.
Why is George so happy? He's getting fucking paid. He wants to work 7 days a week.
All right. Does Gar, Tigo, or Eve want to do anything?
No.
I can't think of anything to really
We're good. We've
do.
managed a bunch of things today, and
Yeah, we did pretty good for ourselves.
Yes.
We could probably sleep.
Yoda, an old lady. Stopped assassination. Possibly gave someone alcohol poisoning.
Possibly.
This thing's happened.
They're used to it.
Pushed a guy out a window.
Yeah.
Fucking landed a flare in his pocket.
Technically on his chest, but yes, you did get a really good throw there.
Cobus.
I
Chest
really
pocket.
liked that whole scene. That
Yeah,
came
that
off
was
in a
very fun.
Cinematic, kind of James Bondy kind of way there.
All right, so it was 2 hours of play, so everyone's going to get 200 experience for this,
Oh.
and we will pick this up next week.
Excellent. Was